I want to take this opportunity to introduce the staffing and scheduling worksheet to you guys. I'm going to try to do it very quickly. Let's look first at the bottom of the screen, and you'll see that there are 7 daily tabs at the bottom, beginning with Monday, going all the way through Saturday and Sunday. Monday is also titled the Input tab, and this is where we put most of the information in that we're going to be using to compile the spreadsheet. The summary tab will give us an indication of what has been entered into the system and summarize it both in daily and weekly hours and dollars. And then the schedule page will automatically build a schedule for us as we go through the week, so that we do in fact have Monday through Sunday, if necessary, scheduling. Let's go back to our first screen and we'll show you how it works. This is the area where we enter in the resources. The first thing the service manager should do is enter in all of the resources that they intend to use. The advisor should be entered in the top block, the express technicians in the middle block, and then finally the main shop technicians that they may be going to use in the final block. And anything that you enter in on this screen will be replicated on the following tabs. For example, if we change the name from X Advisor to Sherry for our Express Advisor, the name Sherry now pops up here in the scheduling screen. It also is changed on every tab as we go through, so that Sherry is now replicated throughout the entire system. When we go to our summary page, Sherry's name is replacing X Advisor 2. So let's say we're going to use Sherry and David as our advisors, and then our express techs might be Bob, Sam, and Eddie, and our 2 main techs are Chris and Frank. So once we enter those names in, you can see it changes over here on the screen, and again it changes back on the schedule page. It also changes on our summary page. So the Monday input screen is where we input all of this. The second thing we would want to do is enter in the rate that we're going to be paying each of these individuals, if we're going to be paying them an hourly rate. In the case of the main shop technicians, who when they fill in are just going to get paid a flat rate or like they normally get paid, we wouldn't enter anything in here under the rate unless we're going to try to allocate some portion of their labor costs to Express. Otherwise, we just leave that blank. The allocated hour screen here fills in automatically depending on what you put in your Express crew. So really what you enter in is here the names, here the rate, and then here you pull the resource code from this column, punch it in here on the Express crew schedule, and it builds it for you automatically. Let's clear this out and we'll show you how it works. The easiest way to clear the screen is to highlight the cells, go up and click Clear, Contents, and it takes that out. Now as this disappeared, we lost everything in the allocated hours. We also lost all the names here in our Express. Let's assume we're going to use Sherry. Her resource code is 1. She's going to begin working at 7:30, and she's going to work until 12 o'clock. So we would put a 1 at 7:30. The easiest way to do this is just fill down now to that, highlight those cells, go back up to Edit, select Fill, Down, and that pulls her in, and so now we see she's worked 4.5 hours. Her name's automatically added here. If we do the same thing now beginning at 1 o'clock, we put a 1 there, and she's going to work until 5. We again fill down. Now we can see that Sherry's working 8.5 hours today. Her name has been filled in here, and we have her allocated hours. 8.5 times 14 is 119. Now one thing to notice about any time we go into overtime here, for example, we're now a half hour into overtime, this screen will not calculate overtime. So it's only going to multiply 8.5 times 14. So anytime you go into overtime, you're going to have this is going to be highlighted. This number will factually be incorrect. So really and truly our goal is to try to maintain 8 hours or less. That's going to depend obviously upon each dealership. So now we have our advisor built in for that day for the most part. Let's plug our Express technicians in. We're going to use Bob. His resource code is 8, so we put an 8 here. And then we're going to fill him in the same way that he's working the exact same hours as Sherry is for this particular time, so we bring them in here. And we're also going to use Sam, whose resource code is 9. So we put Sam in there, bring him down the same time. And now you can see we've built a lot of our schedule, but we've still got openings here. So what we don't have is the advisor now is going to take lunch from 12 o'clock to 1 o'clock. So who's going to fill in there? Well, we could use David, but David is going to be off on Monday. So the service manager is going to actually fill in this time. This resource code is 3, so we'd put a 3 here and a 3 here. And here we're going to use Chris, one of our main shop technicians, to fill in during lunch here. So his resource code is 16. And same there. And we're going to use Frank here, whose resource code is 17. And now we've got the schedule built for Monday. So we have complete coverage, all the operating hours, including our lunchtime. And that's exactly how it works. If we go to our schedule and look at Monday, it replicates the schedule here. If we go to our summary page, it'll tell us that here's our Monday schedule and how many hours and how many dollars we've got allocated toward Express. It'll also tally up here weekly hours and dollars on this side as well. So now if we want to replicate this, let's say we're going to run this on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. The easiest way to do that is to come now, highlight these screens, copy that, go to Wednesday, highlight your, just click on the 7:30 block, go up and paste, go to Friday, paste again, and now we have Monday, Wednesday, and Friday schedule set. If we go to our schedule page again, we've got Monday, Wednesday, and Friday has been determined. We go to our summary page, there's Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, and it gives us a weekly tally here. Let's go back to Tuesday now, and let's just assume for the sake of this, we're also going to run Tuesday and Thursday the same way. You may or may not, but let's just assume that we were. That's the easiest way for us to explain this. We want to come back and paste again on Tuesday, and we'll paste again now on Thursday. So now we've already got Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday complete. If we go to our schedule, again, there's all of our days that we have, and our summary page will alert us to the fact that we've already hit overtime for a couple of our people. So right now Sherry's working 42.5 hours, and Bob and Sam are working 42.5 hours. May not be an issue at your particular store, but it's something that we need to be aware of. We also know that Saturday we don't have anything, so if we're going to fill in Saturday, we would fill it in separately using the same way. So the secret to making this work is simply pulling every resource available. By the way, if you try to add a resource in any other screen, for example, right there we're in the Saturday screen, if we try to add something there, we're going to get a protected chart because the only place you can add anything into your system is back on the Monday input screen. So the secret here is to put all the resources in and then just pull those times, and it helps you come back and manage it. Pretty simple words, pretty simple structure, should help service managers build their schedule. The only other thing I want to show you before we quit is that if you'll put in your build labor here, your build parts, take your parts cost of sale out of there for your basic oil change only. In this case, it was $30.95. Once you put that in, as you build this spreadsheet out, it will tell you how many you have to do to break even on a weekly basis and on a daily basis if you're working 6 days. Now in this case, we're only working 5, so this is a little bit off. But on a 6-day work week, it would tell us how many we need to do to break even. Just a little help in planning. So that's basically it. It's a very short introduction, but I think you'll be able to figure it out. Pretty self-explanatory once you get into it. If anybody has any questions, certainly feel free to give me a call, 404-317-1081. I'll be glad to help you any way that I can. Thank you.